Always a pleasure to check in with the Mayor of Burlington, Marianne Meed Ward. And Mayor, we are 1 week away from this month's Committee of the Whole meeting. What's on the top as far as the agenda goes for this month?
A lot of big items. So one that residents I'm sure will be interested in is an update from the consultant that we asked to work on ward boundary and council composition, council size. So it's not a decision-making meeting yet, but you'll get your first peek at some of the work that they've done, what they've heard from the community. Do we need more councillors? Do we need to draw the ward lines to redistribute population? Do we need to add more counselors? So that's I'm sure people will be very interested in that conversation.
So with that happening, I mean, we just talked about that last week. That seems very, very
Mhm.
fast. I think it's rare that we say that about government for things to move so fast. But as those recommendations come in, then what are the steps beyond that? How does this work?
So if we wanted to add more council members, for example, if we think seven is too small, then we would have to do a vote at council, and you have to do that before an election year, which is 2026. So sometime next year, if we were to do that. Same with changing that, if we want it to be effect for the 2026 municipal election. If we're going to redraw ward boundaries, of course, you want to do that so people who are running for those seats know what they're running for and what's in their wards. So there's still some more conversation to be had, but provincial legislation requires us to make a decision before an election year. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so everything is definitely falling in line there. All right, I
Mhm.
have to talk to you about this because, I follow you on your social media, and all of a sudden, I literally see you checking something off your bucket list.
Oh yeah.
Uh, why did Burlington Hydro put you 85 feet in the air? I mean, just looking at this gave me the willies.
Yes, I had to conquer and overcome a certain amount, a good healthy degree of fear of heights to do that. But I'm a member of the board of Burlington Hydro, and we were discussing as a board the measures taken for the safety of staff of Burlington Hydro workers when they're out on those poles, when they're dealing with live wires, when they're cleaning up, when a tree branch falls and they're trying to get power restored. And a bucket truck is one of the things that they use to get up there to those poles, and it goes 85 feet in the air. The first level is 65, and when we were at 65, he said, there's an elevator that we can go up another 20 feet. Do you want to go up? And I'm like, well, I'm here now. Let's do it. So we went 85, and the good news is, from the board perspective, we're very happy to report that Burlington Hydro has been 10 years with no lost time injuries of staff. So take great measures, and we had quite a lengthy briefing, and they showed us in a bucket truck, which you would, you're up in the air, you're dealing with live wires, the measures that they take to keep people safe. So it's working, and that 10-year anniversary is October 8th. So this was part of a demonstration if we wanted to get a feel for what those workers encounter. And it was a foggy day, but there was no wind, there was no rain, it was dark. There's no live wires, and even then, it was pretty nerve wracking. So I have a new appreciation of what all of our Burlington Hydro workers go through to keep us safe.
Well, listen, if their next offer is, hey, would you like to come play with some live wires? Please say no. You don't need to do that demo. That's on them.
They have good equipment for that, though, I must say,
I
because they
believe it.
occasionally
I
have
believe
to do
it. The mayors probably just shouldn't be doing that, though. That's all I'm saying.
that. Noted. Yes.
Let's end on a positive note. The bridge is back. The
The
Canal Lift
bridge.
Bridge,
Yes.
scheduled to fully reopen Thursday, October 10th at 4 p.m. Okay, so to your knowledge, all of this, did it go according to plan? I mean, it is reopening, but did it all work out?
It did, and I know that there's been a lot of pain and agony with traffic backups through the downtown, and folks have wondered if it was related to new condo development. No, it is not. They've wondered if there's something else happening causing these backups, and it's really because when you close off an area for repair, it diverts traffic onto streets, onto the QE. Then people, when things get congested, people will choose alternate routes. So that's what we've kind of seen for the last few months while this has been undertaken. So I have every expectation that people will see an easing of the traffic congestion throughout the downtown and on the QE, because that's where the overflow has gone while this construction's been underway. So very good news that as of Thursday, some of that, there will be some relief from some of that.